All right, so we got some Kendrick links. Explanation of not Kendrick Lamar's explanation of "Not Like Us" causes social media uproar. Okay, so what is the oh yeah, the interview. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see what he said. He said, "Not like us, not like us is the energy of who I am, the type of man I represent. Now, if you identify with the man that I represent," Lamar said, "this man has morals, he has values, he believes in something, he stands on something, he's not pandering. He's a man who could recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share the mistakes and can dig deep down into fear based ideologies or experiences to be able to express them without feeling like he's less of a man." If I'm thinking of "Not Like Us," I'm thinking of me, whoever identifies with that. Okay. Fans have mixed responses. I don't see anything wrong with what he said. What was wrong with what he just said? I don't. The moral in question. All right, bro. See, that's not. That's not what. Oh my gosh, man. I should have known people was not gonna take it like it's serious. Kendra's explanation feels like a masterclass in being confident in who you are. He's showing that real strength is embracing your flaws, owning your experiences, and refusing to let outside opinions shape your identity. That's what I got from it. Like a normal human being, not obviously the trolling part of the lyrics. With that being cleverly put, every criticism of Drake is praise of Kendrick. If you think about it, he's not wrong for the later parts of Drake been jumping on bandwagons, not creating one. Kendrick is the wave, and that's just what it is. Like what Drake does with his music is beautiful. It is. Drake makes amazing music. We all know this. We all know this. But we know Drake is putting on a character sometimes. Sometimes he's the Jamaican guy. Sometimes he's you know what I mean? Like he does a lot of things, which I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good thing that you can be, dynamic and multifaceted. But we know that deep down, Kendrick's love for music, for being a part of the culture, is greater morally than Drake's, being different in genres. You know what I mean? Like in a way, what Drake is doing is like making music because he knows he's good at it and he makes a lot of money for him. Kendrick makes music because he wants to and he has a message to send out, and his way of creativity in getting that message out is through music. So people relate more towards that culturally. That's what I look at. That's how I look at it. So, you know, hey, but yeah, these are crazy. These are crazy. Lundiga wrote a think piece about his own Drake diss now. He didn't write a think piece. He's clearly in an interview. Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's clearly in an interview. He's quite literally one, if not the biggest hypocrite in the game with no context, I guess. And I'm a fan of both of these artists. I'm a fan of Drake and I'm a fan of Kendrick. So, you know what I mean? He spent 4 minutes calling another a PDF. What is he talking about? What are you talking about? We should just enjoy the music, stop listening to what these guys say. 90% of it is BS. Honestly, that's how I feel about a lot of rap beefs. A lot of rap beefs. A lot of like just rap in general, to be honest, if I'm being real. Like a lot of it is cap. A lot of it is like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying stuff just to say stuff. A lot of it is a marketing ploy. A lot of it, you know what I mean? Like that's just how I feel about it. Like it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Because we don't know these people. We don't know what goes on in their real life. We don't know what happens to them when the mic is not on. Only they do, and only the other person that is involved with they know. So, what can you do? He also explained how his feminine energy is a superpower. I want to listen to this interview, but it's not out yet. Like, it's only the transcript. I'm not reading that whole thing on stream. Let's see. Where is that part at? What? Let's see. He says, I have to balance both, he began. At first, all I knew was masculinity, and I always kept that wall up because of my pops. But the more I delve deeper into my music, the more expressive I get myself. That is the feminine energy right there. It's not bravado. It's not that I grew up seeing all the time. This is who I am, the soft spoken me, and I have to own it. And that's facts, bro. There's nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with that either. Like, just because feminine energy is like labeled that way, they think that, oh, you may be, on the other side as far as like straight. You know what I mean? Like, just because that type of energy is in you doesn't make you gay. You know what I mean? Like, just because there's a lot of women that have masculine energy as far as like being assertive and dominant and aggressive and stuff, that doesn't make them like, it's just a personality trait at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. It's literally just a personality trait at the end of the day. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. He continued to say, this is where my superpower lies, because if my job is to communicate, I need to be able to communicate with everyone. I need to be able to sit in front of SZA and talk to you in a way that where you feel comfortable, in a way that it feels authentic from me to you, you to me. And I can't do that with a wall up. I can't do that with my full masculinity. I mean, it's facts. It's literally a conversation at that point. Like, in an interview, you need to be open with somebody. You know what I mean? And that type of feeling is not quote unquote masculine. So, I mean, hey, bro, shout out to him for realizing that. That's not a bad thing. I don't see anything wrong with it. But I want to listen. I want to watch or listen to this interview. I don't like, what I'm saying, because I like to feel. I don't like reading the whole thing. I like to feel, like what they actually have to say, like see them saying it. But the next one is Kendrick Lamar admits Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg were at fault for his first public display of tears. I don't know what's going on here, so I wanted to see this. In the interview, of course, see, I gotta see these things, bro. He said, the first time I allowed it to happen, the tears, is documented actually on stage in 2011 when Dre and Snoop and the whole West Coast was out, and they was like, this is the torch that we're handing off. Dre passed me the torch, and a burst of energy just came out, and I had to let it flow. My tears is all on the internet, and now I look back, I love that moment. I love that happened, because it showed me in real time expressing myself and seeing all the work that I put forth actually come to life in that moment. See? He loves the grind. He loves the hustle. He loves music. He loves the culture. And him being able to express that and like in that moment, it's just like, bro, it's everything. Literally, it's everything to him, bro. Like, that's not. Let me see. How long is this? 9 minutes, bro. Where's the part at?
Nigga, tell the world I'm coming. Wayne told me. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga. You better run with it.
I remember this song, I Wanna Rock. Yo. That's a throwback. All right.
Watching you rock like a motherfucker, right? And we watching game pass the torch to you. We watching all this love. It's a beautiful thing, my nigga. You great at what you do. You ain't good at what you do. You great at what you do. And the people out here, they represent it, and they showing you that. So, I'ma say this and I'ma mean this. Nigga, you got the torch, nigga. You better run with that.
That's some crazy endorsement.
Nigga, 'cause it's yours.
That's a crazy endorsement, bro. Gotta let it out, man. With his friends too, the game, J-Rock, bro. That's a crazy moment. And the crowd behind you, Snoop. That's just not anybody on the West Coast. Snoop is not just anybody on the West Coast. Dr. Dre is not just anybody on the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like that's a that's so fire. And I'll leave y'all this video with this right here. People recognize authenticity. People recognize authenticity quicker than someone trying to put up a front. You know what I mean? The person that could be putting up a front can have all of the energy, all the knowledge, the access to everything in the world because they study it, whatever. But you don't have the genuineness of what you're doing, what you're talking about. In this case, music, the love for music, the passion for music. You know what I mean? People see that. People can see that. And when it's genuine, when it's authentic, that'll open a lot of doors for you. That'll take you a lot of places that knowledge can't. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that because that can be applied to a lot of different situations.